Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so. And I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful and super duper delicious wherever you are in the world. And that life is treating you oh so deliciously wherever you are. Now then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to any passers-by. And I hope that you too are feeling super duper well wherever you are in the world. And that life is treating you also most deliciously. So, much love. What do we do? 3, 2, 1, beam me up, my juice, little lights. Thank you, little lights. You're lovely and bright. Now then, yes, so much love to you all, my delicious little babies, okay? Okay. Now then, the weather in my neck of the woods in the old UK, well, you know, the sun has got his hat on, hip, 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 hooray. Okay, so the sun is shining. It is still, you know, jacket, coat weather. So it's a little bit chillier today. I do believe it was a bit milder yesterday, okay? Anyway, so that's the update on the weather in our neck of the woods in the old UK. Now then, this is just some more bits of information, surprise, surprise, okay? And, well, you see, I mean, it seems that there's a lot going on, but then it also seems as if there is and there isn't, sorry, so it's really hard for me to explain, okay? So, you know, because really there's so many YouTubers and other platforms, BitChute, Rumble and all different places, you know, who are trying their best to give out as much information as they can about different topics and different subjects that are going on globally. But so I'm going to kick this off, but before I do, if you do happen to enjoy my video today, if you could please click on the like. For others of you enjoy my videos, please subscribe. For others of you, please feel free to leave a comment, always welcomed. And finally, if you would like to share, okay, please and thank you. Now then, so if you could please tap into the old space bar in YouTube, and it is South African groups sue government to stop COVID-19 vaccination program. So, and then it is demand safety verification. So I'm just going to repeat that again, my delicious little babies, yes? South African groups sue government to stop COVID-19 vaccination program, demand safety verification. Now, if you please look in the old subscribe, then it should say, it's 2 words into one, trial site. So site is with an IT, do you see what I mean? Not spelt the other way, okay? So, and that's on YouTube, my delicious baby. So yes, so because what this is talking about, what the gentleman's talking about, okay, is that well, basically what's happening here in this particular case. Now, this should not get taken down, my video, and I have to keep saying this because he's allowed to talk about it. Do you see what I mean? He seems like a pleasant gentleman, okay? Not in that way, everybody, okay? But so, you know, all I'm doing is giving out this information because I've heard it. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? Yes? So what this is talking about is that in our old Africa, okay, is that there are not as many, let's put it that way, my delicious little babies, who have wanted to take up the, do you see what I'm saying to it? Normally I'd say the word, but I'm not going to, okay? You know, because of, you know, because I mentioned the word, you know, who's suing the government. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? Yes, sometimes I just have to talk like this. I'm so sorry about this, my delicious little babies, yes? So yes, so what it is, to get to the point, they simply, well, they just do not want it. Do you see what I'm saying? She wanted delicious little babies, yes. And of course, you know, in their country, you know, God bless them, you know. Well, I mean, yes, I mean, it's like anywhere in the world, isn't it? You know, you've got some parts where, you know, it's super duper wealthy. And then you've got other parts where, do you understand what I mean? Where, you know, they struggle to live. Do you see what I'm saying? She wanted delicious little babies, yes. So, I mean, so if they do not want something, well, really, it's well within their rights to say that they do not want something. Do you see what I'm saying? She wanted delicious little babies. Anyway, the video's not long, okay? So please, if you could take a listen. Now, I've sent out the these videos, you know, to everybody in Mad Dog and Burn. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. So, you know, but for you beautiful and delicious little babies out there, for some of you, you will know, but for others of you, you will not. So please, if you could please kindly take a listen, okay, please and thank you. Now, the other one is, well, let me go on to these other two first. So I also want to advertise our lovely UK column, okay? In fact, I've got to be honest with you, I've not long come back in, and I was just a quarter of the way through listening to our lovely UK column. Now, of course, I will just go back to it, you know, because I need to get other things done today, but I shall go back to it and I shall continue listening. And I always listen, you know, to what's going on, you know, with a UK column as well. Okay, my delicious little babies, because they're all so lovely. Do you understand what I mean? Super duper wonderful and super duper delicious. Not in that way, my delicious little babies, yes. But of course, you see, the more information that those of you beautiful and delicious little babies out there, that, you know, the more information that you get, do you see what I mean? You can then make your own minds up. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. All I like to do is just give out information. I said it before, and I'm repeating it again, okay? So that's so you could please and thank you take a listen to UK column. Now, you simply just type it in the, you know, a search engine of your choice, my delicious little babies, yes, but it's well worth listening to. Now, the next one is our lovely Duran, okay? Now, of course, you see, because with the UK column and the Duran, okay, because they're all so super duper lovely, right? What it is, they're talking about the war, you know, they talk about other things. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, so there's a number of different things that they talk about, they discuss. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, so it's well worth a listen. So you've got our beautiful and delicious Alex Christopher on the Duran, and you've got our lovely Alexander who's on the Duran, okay? And they're super duper wonderful and delicious, okay? So these are ticked off. So please, you know, because very sadly, but we've known this for how long now? Okay, a decade, yes, that you're not going to hear the truth, you know, with the old box in the corner of the room. No, you are not, okay? And sometimes it's not very, the best way for me to explain it, right? Sometimes it's not very nice, okay, to have to listen to these things now, okay? But the fact is that this is the truth. This is why I advertise, you know, well, it's the truth to the best of anybody's knowledge. Do you understand what I mean? Yes? Because, of course, you know, it appears that, well, it's just from my angle of seeing things that not everybody can get let's just say, close enough to find every single thing out. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes, but I absolutely love listening to, you know, a UK column. You know, they're so lovely. And our lovely, the Duran, okay? Now then, there is one last one now I want to discuss. So we're going to tick this one off as well, my delicious babies, okay? Now, this one is on our lovely davidicke.com. And again, you can just type it, you know, his name into any search engine of your choice, my delicious little babies, yes, okay. Now this is actually to do with, because we love our David Icke, not in that way, my delicious little babies, and we love his lovely little sons, you know, Gareth and Jamie, okay, not in that way, my delicious little babies, okay, but what it is, that, you know, they discuss different things, do you see, and it's so super duper important for some of you delicious little babies out there to please to start to pay attention. And I'm not being disrespectful, I'm not being rude, and I'm not being bossy, okay, but these are the things that are going on. So it is very important to pay attention, and I will keep mentioning it, okay, till I'm blue in the old birch race. So the video that you'd be looking for on our lovely davidicke.com, okay, is Dystopia in the UK, Agenda 2030, researcher Sandy, she's a lady, Adams, joins right now to talk digital ID and 15-minute cities, okay? So that's, and that's our lovely Gareth Icke, not in that way like I just said, okay? But that is our lovely David Icke's dear son, okay? And he's interviewing the lady Sandy Adams. And of course, you know, she's the same. I mean, you know, she's got band, you know, children. Do you see what I mean? I do believe, I think she said she's got, I think she's got grandparents. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make here, my delicious little babies, yes, is that of course, you know, she's the same as myself and the same as many others out there who do know about this. You know, we are very concerned about this. And it is very, very, very important to pay attention. Now, strangely enough, she was talking about, which this is not the first time I've heard actually, my delicious little babies. I've heard it on other videos, you know, with other, yes. Well, whenever I go to a supermarket, okay, well, you see, the thing is, I like to go to the till. Do you see what I mean? So I like to be speaking face to face with somebody, you know, like when you're putting all your stuff on the old conveyor belts. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, that is what I prefer. I do not like to go to these poxy flipping, computerised flipping, do you know what I mean? Where you take your trolley or your basket and, no, I do not want to do that. I do not like doing that. I'll probably only, and that's with other places, probably only ever about, I'll probably honestly say about 5 times in the whole of my lifetime. I much prefer, and I do not care how long the queue is, I will wait. Do you see what I mean? Because you can have a natter, you know, to the staff. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? You want to talk to somebody who is like myself, what they've named us, human. Do you see what I mean? Because everything, as we very well know, seems to be most computerised, doesn't it? And like I said before, and I'll say it again, everything's smart this, smart that. Do you see what I mean? Smarty this, smarty that. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes, because of course it's what they're trying to push us all into. Do you see? So, and to be honest with you, it is a bit of a, you know, when you really spare a thought about this, okay? It is very much, because I'm talking about something else now, my delicious little babies, yes, and then I'll go back to this in a moment, okay? But when we look at it, yes, we could say, oh, okay, we'll get rid of our dog and burns, okay? Well, do you see what I'm saying to you? You know, I mean, obviously, you know, computers have been out for decades. Yes, they have, see? But what I'm saying to you is, yes, is that, I mean, like, I use my dog and burn to do my videos to you all, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? I mean, even though I do prefer those old £20, 20 quid, you know, British sterling little phones, you know, because, well, you just never had, I wouldn't say, all of the flipping hassle, really. And for a start off, if you took your old dog and burn out with you, the old 20 quid one, yes, £20, well, you wouldn't be trapped, would you, wherever you're going? But obviously with these ones, it's a different matter. That's why I like to leave my dog and burn at home as much as possible. Do you see what I mean? I don't want no flipping idiot flipping tracking me. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? It's flipping ridiculous. And I do not alike, okay? So I should just, so, you know, to a degree we do, you know, need certain, do you know what I mean? But to just get rid of everything would mean, because there are so many in the world who do not use laptops and computers. There are many, but there are, I would say, this is just me personally, without looking at any survey or anything. And anyway, you can never believe flipping half the surveys anyway, or 3/4 of them. But it would be, you know, I'd say there's many more of these old dog and burns than there is anyone using laptops and things like that. That's just my thoughts, what I would have thought anyway. But anyway, so it would be a bit of a, you know, it's a difficult call really, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Because then, you know, for those who rely on the social media and everything like that, well then if you haven't got your dog and burn and you do not use a laptop or a computer, well then you've got no way of finding out what's going on globally and in the world, you know, or say in your own country or something like that. So it's a bit of a catch-20, there we go, it's a bit of a catch-22 area, if you get my meaning. That's just my thoughts anyway. Everybody else has different thoughts anyway. So I'll just repeat this just once more, okay? Dystopia in the UK, Agenda 2030. Researcher Sandy Adams joins right now to talk digital ID, 15-minute cities with Gareth Icke, and that is on, and he's on, sorry, God bless him, davidicke.com. His father's, you know, website, okay? So, and it's really interesting. It's not a long conversation, my delicious little babies. No, it is not, okay? But it's well worth listening to, okay? Because the way that our putrid governments have behaved, well, for way too long. But of course, they've been exposed more, you know, more than ever before. There we go. Been exposed more than ever before. Do you see? Okay? So, just goes to show they're not very flipping smart at all, are they? Okay? But because what she's saying is, which is absolutely flipping damn well right, at the end of the day, they've been trying to get it through the back door. Do you see what I mean? And I mentioned this the other day on another one with Richard Vobes, you know, to do with all of this. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Because it seems that a lot of the public do not know about this. Okay, there are some, but there are not enough. Now, very finally, I've just got to say, so I'm just going to close my book, okay, because I've finished now, my delicious babies. That's all the information for today. So, anyway, how many minutes am I on? Okay, yes, I'm all right for another couple, okay? So I try my best not to go over my delicious little babies. Do you understand what I mean? I'm just trying to shorten my videos, really. But I was talking to somebody who I know. I just know them just to say, you know, just have a quick natter, quick chin wag to, okay? And I happened to be seeing him today, you know, down the road, okay? And I just happened to say to him, I said, you know, I said, does your, you know, mate, because it's going back a few years back now, I said, does your mate still work at the airport? And he said, oh, yes, you know, said who it was, yes. I said, so I'm just inquiring, really. I said, it's just an inquiry. Do you understand what I mean? I said, so what's it like now? I said, is it busy? You know, what's the crack? Okay. So he said, well, at the moment, there are a lot who are going on skiing holidays. Okay. So I said, are those the ones then who are? And he said, I don't know. And I said, what about the ones who have not been Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious baby? He said, oh, he said, I wouldn't know about that. Do you see what I'm saying? He was just honest. He just doesn't know. Do you see? But we get back to the same thing, don't we? I do not mean this in a nasty way, my delicious little babies, but I am going to flipping harp on about it again. At the end of the day, right, the fact is that everybody they'd rather go on holiday, rather go skiing or whatever they do. I've gone well over my minutes now, look at this. Then look at what's going on in the world. Can you see? I'm not saying it to be nasty, my delicious little babies, but you know what? It's the mentality, isn't it? Because this is what we're up against. Do you see? So all we try to do, and it's many of us out here, and even though I'm rather new to it, we just keep trying to give information out. But anyway, so just to let you know, so if those of you out there, you know, you do want to travel, although, you know, for myself, I would be most reluctant to travel at this time in my life, to be honest with you, okay? But for others of you, well, it seems pretty normal from what he's told me with his mate working there. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? And one last thing. There's a dear woman who I haven't seen. Gosh, I haven't seen her for years, you know, from where I used to live many years ago, moons ago. And, well, I've just seen her today, God love her. And when I was out walking my beautiful and delicious little Ruby Tuesday. And anyway, so I asked her how our family was and everything, you know, we gave each other a hug, you know, because we haven't seen each other for years. Do you know what I mean? Oh, God bless her and her family, lovely family. Oh, God bless. Well, anyway, more sad news, my delicious little babies. Her beautiful dear son took his life, 33. Look at that. How flipping sad news. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? Yes? So, anyway, it's just, you know, sadness, isn't it? So our hearts really need to go out for everybody, really. There we go, right now at the moment, globally. Do you understand what I mean? Because, you know, there's many who are going through some terrible situations. Do you see what I'm saying to you? And please, let's not forget about the war in Ukraine as well. Okay, my delicious little babies, yes, you know, because we do have to think about, you know, the soldiers and the families involved and everything else. Okay, my delicious little babies, please and thank you. So until my next video, please continue to feel the love, okay? Please give a pat on the back, give a shake of the old hand, you know, give a hug to your family, friends and some work colleagues, and please tell them that they're wonderful, juicy and delicious and that you love them so, okay? So until the next video, God bless. Thank you so much for those of you who even take the time to listen to me, okay? Much love. Wishing you a beautiful morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world, okay? And you're all super duper beautiful, super duper wonderful and super duper delicious, and I love you, okay? So you just take care now. God bless. Thank you. Goodbye.